Hey everybody, welcome to the Fringe Theories. Did you know that in 1977, a signal from out there was actually picked up here on Earth? And it got me to thinking, what exactly is out there? None of us really know. I mean, we have all these different telescopes nowadays, and you have people that seem to be investigating and really taking a hard look at, is there extraterrestrial life out there? I, for one, believe there is. I mean, I would think that a lot of people do feel that way, that there probably is extraterrestrial life. There are aliens. Whether or not they are visiting us, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. If you like this kind of content, absolutely subscribe. I would appreciate it. But I wonder about this a lot. I wonder about it a lot. It just seems like space is a really, really big place to not have anything else in it, to not have, other intelligent beings in it. And I do think, if I had to guess, or I should say, if I had to bet if aliens have ever visited Earth, I think I'd lay my money on yes. Do I think that they've been here recently? Maybe. I don't know. Do I think they visited here in early human history? 100%. Absolutely. I do believe that. I don't know what other people believe. I think more and more this question is being asked, and you're seeing it pop up more and more on the different political shows and news channels, and you'll see, if you pay close attention, you see a lot of political people commenting on this. Recently Barack Obama commented on it, which then led to President Trump commenting on it, and it makes you wonder, is all this part of a plan to increase the speed of the slow trickle of information that has been let out over the years? I don't know. But it's very interesting to sit around and think, what would aliens look like? I'm sure they're all over the spectrum. You probably have, viruses and bacteria all the way up to, a species that may have been around and been, dealing with technology in millions of years. What would that look like? I'm sure they have probably figured out a lot of things, faster than light travel, warp. God knows what they've figured out. And they look at us and they probably think, yeah, it's not worth stopping there. It's nothing more than a zoo full of pond scum. Who knows, But it's interesting. I'd like to hear everybody else's comments and find out what you think. Because, like I said, I, for one, think there are aliens. I think that these ETs, for lack of a better term, extraterrestrial, I do think they're out there. I don't know how often they're visiting Earth. I just don't see the need to visit here, other than to, maybe stop and kind of walk through the garden, so to speak, take a look at the wildlife. You hear a lot of people say, oh, well, they need our resources, they need our water, they need our... I think that stuff is so plentiful in space. And let's be honest, if they have advanced to the point where they can travel here from a different galaxy or a different solar system, whatever it may be, if they can get here, I would assume they can manufacture that stuff on ship. They have a way to either convert energy to matter, or they have a way to easily pull it out of, they could stop at a planet like Mars, they could stop at an asteroid. All those things have water in them. Maybe they have a way to extract it. I would think that they could probably manufacture all that kind of stuff on ship. I don't know. Well, when you start talking about civilizations that may have been around 1 million, 2 million, 10 million years, I mean, my gosh, their capabilities, their technology has got to be beyond magical. To us, we would look at it and we might confuse it with a deity. I don't know. I'm not trying to link God to aliens or anything like that, but I'm saying it would be very difficult for us to distinguish the difference between something that was magical and something that was technological if that species had been around for 10 million plus years, 5 million plus years, whatever it is. I mean, human beings we've only been on this planet for about 300 or 400,000 years. So think about that for a second. That's a long, long time. Heck, I complain if I have to drive 25 minutes out to the grocery store. I can't imagine a species or a civilization that's been around for 1 million years. Okay, let's just say we've been around for 400,000 years. Okay, that's over double. What would we be like in another 500,000 years? What would if we don't short anything catastrophic, war, a meteor, some type of global pandemic, something like that, short of anything like that, what would the human species look like in another 500,000 years? Let's say that we're able to get past all of our differences and we go 500,000 years out. What type of advances might we make, especially with artificial intelligence and AI? That's bringing leaps and bounds to medical, computers, you name it. It's making leaps and bounds, and I can't imagine what AI is going to look like in another 20 years. Imagine what it would look like 500,000 years. That's almost 1 million years of accumulated knowledge passed down from generation to generation to generation. Every generation building on it just a little tiny bit. Doesn't have to be much. 0.5%. Think about it. It would really, we would look at that species and that civilization and think they're godlike. I'm not comparing them to God. I'm saying they're godlike. The power and their capabilities would probably be so much more than ours that it would just blow our minds. Think about it. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. Again, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know. Hopefully we can start talking about some of these things, these fringe theories that are out there. Y'all have a great night and think about it for a little while.